Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Surprise, we get two videos in a row, 2 days in a row. So, anyway, I don't know, I have a meeting in 15 minutes, so figured I'd hurry up and do this video real quick. As you saw from yesterday's video, I had two really good trades and one so-so trade. But either way, I was 3 for 3. Really good day. Today was a decent day, not as good as yesterday, but that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this video. I was 2 for 2 today, small wins, but I just wanted to do this video to show that not every day is going to be a yesterday. I was 3 for 3 yesterday. I was up $213 or something, which, if you've been watching my videos, that's for me and my style of trading, that's a lot. I usually look for $50, $75 days, and I'm happy. Yesterday was $213. I felt good about the trades I took. I was very confident in them yesterday. But that doesn't mean that today's going to be a repeat or tomorrow. So don't get overconfident thinking, oh, I had a really great day, I got this figured out, tomorrow I'm going to go all in and I'm going to make a killing, because it doesn't always work that way. You still have to stick to your rules and still understand that there's going to be losers. I know my luck. I could have 7 or 8 winners in a row, and the 9th trade go all in, and that would be my loser, and I blow out my account. So you got to stick to your rules. So today I went in 2 trades. My first one was Home Depot, and I did get in. That was an alert from the ramp up trading room. Home Depot is not a stock I generally keep an eye on, but I did like it when I pulled it up. I did like the chart, and I'll tell you why here in a second. I got in at 943. You can see right here, 943. It just popped above the cloud. It just popped above both a fib retracement and a pivot point. It also, the onset trend indicator was curling up and just crossed above the 0 line, and that's pretty much exactly what I look for. Pretty much, let me go to a regular chart instead of Hike and Ashy. 943 I think it was 943, is that what I said? Yeah, 943. So I got in right on this candle, right after the open of this candle. I actually was a little bit late getting in. They alerted it. It was back here, but by the time I pulled it up, it was already up here. But you see we had a 921 EMA cross, Fibonacci retracement, and pivot point breakthroughs, and the onset trend indicator was curling up and crossing 0. That's what, four reasons to get in. I got in. I only got 2 contracts just because, like I said, it wasn't a stock that I generally watch, and I wasn't watching it before that. So I don't know what the daily looked like or anything. So I didn't want to go in too heavy. I sold the first one at $1.12 for a 10% win. The second one at $1.19. And you see right now it's trading at, it's actually only at 80 cents right now. But I sold it at 944, 945. So I sold right at the open of this candle. And the reason I sold here was because we had a pivot point, and I wasn't sure how much higher we would go. We were at a pivot point, and the onset trend indicator had pretty much maxed out. That doesn't mean it'll stay, it could stay maxed out and just keep rising, the price keep going up. But because we were here at a pivot point and the onset trend indicator was maxed out, also, I know the market's top heavy. I wasn't real confident going into today. Wasn't real sure what would happen. We desperately need a pullback. We desperately need some selling off, and I think we might be getting close to that, so I was trying to be very cautious today. The other trade I took today was Roku calls. This was on my own alert, not alert, my own decision that wasn't alerted, and I'll show you why I got into that one. Pretty much the same reasons. Before we get to that, let's go back to the Home Depot real quick and check the Heiken Ashi for that time frame and see what it looked like. As you know, yesterday I started talking about it. See here, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles, 5 Heiken Ashi candles in a row with no tail. Better entry would have been about 9:43, one candle before I got in. And up here you would have saw that it was starting to, momentum started to slow here. It's kind of bulls versus bears, kind of even here. High wick, long tail, long wick. So this probably would have been a point you would have started thinking about getting out anyway. So that worked out good for me. Back to Roku. Let me go back to regular candles. And I got in Roku at 10:04. So let me make sure that's the right candles. Yeah, standard candle. 10:04. I got in the calls. You see, we came down here. We hit this pivot point. We had a large bullish engulfing candle. Now, one of the secrets to bullish engulfing candles is if the previous candle, or this applies to bearish engulfing, either way. If the previous candle is a pretty large candle and it's followed by an engulfing, it's an even stronger signal. This was a fairly good size red candle and a bigger green bullish engulfing. So that's a good alert right there. Not alert, a good signal to say, hey, we might be reversing here, right off of support with a long, big bullish engulfing candle. On top of that, the onset trend indicator started to curl up. I got in at 10:04. I only had one contract. I was going to add to it, but it popped above where I was looking to add. It popped above it too quick, so I didn't get to add. I sold at 10:34, so I held it for a half hour. So I got in at 10:04, right after the open of this candle. This candle opened right here. It started coming up. I got in about here. It pulled back a little bit. It came up. When it popped above the 34 EMA, I was going to add. But when it popped above here, it shot way up pretty quick, and then it started to come back down. I didn't want to add to it when it was coming down, obviously. I wanted to add to it when it popped up, but I didn't have a chance because it popped up. It broke through it so fast. So I could have added here, but at that point, I was getting ready to. I was actually in a meeting at that time, so I didn't want to get too heavy into it, and I sold it at 10:34. Which was just after the open of this candle. So I pretty much caught the peak of this particular pop. And the reason I sold it where I was, we had yesterday's close right here. You see close. We had yesterday's close, and we had a Fibonacci retracement, or actually a daily open. That's not a fib. We had yesterday's close and today's open, both right there. On top of that, we were right at 134. It's not a solidly round number. 135 would be more of a round number, but nonetheless, it was still a round number. So for that reason, I only had one contract I got out there. If I had more than one contract, I probably would have sold one there. I probably would have stopped out the rest right here. So in the end, it worked out better anyway that I sold when I did. Sure, if I would have held through this, but I probably wouldn't have held through this. So that was my trades for today. But quick video. Like I said, I just wanted to say that just because you have a really good trading day doesn't mean that tomorrow is going to be the same. So don't get overconfident and go in and blow out your whole account because you thought you had 3 good trades in a row and you're invincible and you can't be stopped, because trust me, stock market, it's going to win every time. If you're on the wrong side of it, it's going to bite you. So just remember that. It happened to me before. Years ago, my best trading day ever. Way back, I made $3,000 in one day, and it was a really great trade. That was just one trade, really good trade. I was real happy. I think I made like 200%, and I was really happy with it. And I turned around, the same stock, it came back down, it sold off. I jumped right back in, and it kept selling off, and I lost that whole 3,000. I think it was the very next day. It might have even been the same day. I don't remember now. It was 5 years ago. But I got overconfident when that happened. I'm like, oh man, this sell-off, as soon as it sells off, everybody's going to jump right back in, and I can make this money again, make another 3,000. I lost the whole first 3,000. I might have even lost a little bit more. But just that's the main point of this video. Main point of this video is don't get overconfident. Every day is a new day. Past results do not indicate, or what's that saying? Past performance is not. I don't know. Anyway, I know you've heard it before, but just keep that in mind. Just keep in mind that everybody can be beat in the market. You just got to be smart about it. Stick to your rules. All right. Thanks. Bye.